Hi guys, thank you so much for sitting with me today.
Hi.
Hello. Fun fact about me, whenever I watch a movie, my brain's a little broken and I just find the most random small detail to fixate on. Yeah. And for this one, that is Zootopia's booming film scene. This is real. Judy Hopps has listed her 4 favorite films. And I wanted to know what y'all's favorite these 4 would be.
Gosh. I'm going to Nayslayer first, Fantastic Fur, The Incredibles, then The Devil Wears Prada.
So we're ranking them? Okay.
You can rank them if you like.
Then I would be Incredibles, The Devil Wears, what is that?
Prada.
Fantastic Fur, and then The Naysayer.
It's a tie for me between Fantastic Fur and Incredibles 3. Both surprise people. You know, both are in that superhero vein. But
you would think they'd be very similar, but they have some pretty distinct differences.
Tonally very different.
And I have become a fan of the Naysayer films.
Yeah,
because it's like, not only is he a mayor, but he's also an actor. You know, and it's like, and there's just the emotion.
You're an action star. Do you think it'd be a little challenging for a horse to do these action moves in a Naysayer movie?
For the horse, the wind dancer?
For Mayor Wind Dancer, does he do his own stunts, you think?
Oh yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and he really grew from Naysayer 1. You know,
true.
So
Naysayer 2 is a whole level
stretched.
Yeah, it was darker, and the musical number is amazing.
I'm gonna have to go with Devil Wears Prada.
How difficult do you think that plot would be in this kind of setting where people have such different outfit requirements?
It would be hard. I wonder if we could get Meryl Sheep.
I'm mad that I didn't get there first. That's what the problem is.
If you guys could take any spoof movie with the Zootopia rebrand and turn it into like its own film that we can all get to watch, do you have any that you'd really like to do? Even of these
Yes,
4.
immediately. There's one that we actually talked about for the first film that I always wanted, which was The Force Awakens. So it was a Star Wars parody, and I think it was Judy with a lightsaber, and I'm watching that immediately.
What kind of films do you think Nibbles and Gary can make in Zootopia's booming film scene?
Oh my gosh. Well, we were talking about how we want to see Nibbles interview people. So maybe some movie where Nibbles gets to be a journalist or some kind of news anchor. That would be pretty fun.
I would love to see Gary the Snake in a heist movie. Really? I think he'd be really good.
Gary the Snake could also be in The Incredibles or The Fantastic Fur.
Yes.
He's got the stretching power.
That's right. Yeah.
Are there any other movies that you would love to see get the Zootopia rebrand, or that maybe were going to be included in the film scene that got cut?
Oh, I mean, so many. I mean, that's, as you can see in this movie, we have Easter eggs to so many different films. We love movies of all kinds, and so there's nods to filmmakers and films that we grew up with. So, oh man, I got to think about what would get the Zootopia treatment that would be unexpected.
Jurassic Park.
Oh,
wow, look at that. That's wonderful. Would
Jurassic
the
Park
giraffes
2?
be the people at the zoo, or would they be the dinosaurs?
That's the big question in the movie.
Oh. And speaking of these references, was there a specific one that you guys were like really happy you were able to get in there? My favorite's The Shining one.
That was a big one. We're film nerds, I will say, and we work with a lot of other film nerds, and so we all have our favorites. But there's nods to Spielberg in there, or Kubrick, of course, and
Ratatouille.
Oh yes,
another favorite of ours.
There's 2 Temple of Doom references in this movie.
That's
Not
right.
1, but 2.
That's right.
The whole joke in this film about these movies is that it's sequels and reboots. Now, 10 years later, you guys have done Zootopia 2 for real. Why do you think there's like the mandate to have a second Zootopia, that you need this sequel to continue on that message?
The first one, it's so beloved, and I think what I really love about this one is it has more heart. Come on, there's so many great characters in the first one. I just love them. For example, Flash the Sloth.
Oh yeah,
I love
and
seeing
he got
him
a
on
great
screen
spotlight
again.
in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And also this movie has like more positive messages that people can take away from, and I just feel lucky to be along for the ride for this one. It's great.
Yeah, and the first movie was so popular. The characters were really memorable, so you want to see them again and what they're up to. And I love that this second movie, even though it's been 10 years, it picks up like a day later. It's not very
a few hours.
Yeah, a few
later.
hours. Yeah. So I love that we're getting to revisit these beloved characters and then add a couple new ones.
What was it like taking the giant ensemble cast that you have that is so famous and so beloved, and then trying to work these 2 characters in?
Well, it was a really fun challenge because I think what's really exciting is that people wanted to see the characters from the first film again. They fell in love with them. We love those characters. And then to figure out, okay, well, for this movie, who would you bring bring in and why. And something that we really looked at is a character like Gary the Snake is this very noble, optimistic character, almost more so than Judy. That's really intentional. We wanted a character that's even more Judy than Judy. You know, there's moments where she says, like, maybe you're too hopeful right now. That's really unusual for her. We needed a character that was just off center from her to do that. Likewise, for Nibbles, we wanted to stick Nick with sort of a chaos agent, someone who actually knew parts of Zootopia better than he did, which really bothers him. So similarly, we wanted characters that would push on Nick and Judy the most.
I think you did a wonderful job. You're now two of my favorite characters in the movie.
Thanks.
But was there any like stress about like being the new kid on the block for this?
I didn't really think about it too much, you know. They showed me the drawing of Nibbles right away, and already, like, yeah, you just hear the name Nibbles Maplestick, you see this adorable character, and you immediately like this character. So I just knew like there was already so much set up for success there that if I just brought some comedy to it, then I'm in good hands.
Yeah, for me, I try not to put that kind of pressure on myself, especially if this is a sequel. The first one is great. The second one, because the story is so well written. You know, Jared Bush, our directors, and Byron Howard, I mean, to me, they're really geniuses. They really know how to make these kind of movies. I just trusted them. And honestly, like when I'm in the recording booth, you know, providing my lines, my validation comes from them, you know, either when they're laughing or when they're nodding, then I know I'm doing a good job. And it has just been an incredible experience.
Was there a lot of improv in the booth and trying to make them laugh? Or was it just about how you delivered the lines?
My character, I think because it's meant to be the comedic relief, I did do a lot of improv. Everything is written always because their written word was incredible. But Jared would just be like, let's go, let's see what we come up with. And they would just let me run. And so he said there's like hours and hours of random nibbles.
You gotta release that cut.
I know. I
want to
told him
see
I'm
the
dying to see
4-hour-long
it.
Nibbles cut.
I'm the opposite. I stuck to the script. I mean, it's so well written, the dialogue, you know, the whole script. So I just, you know, do what they tell me.
You nailed it.
Thank you.
You really did. You embodied a snake in a truly impressive way.
It's not easy being a poisonous pit viper, I tell you.
How do you guys like come up with which character is going to be which animal? Like you said, chaos agent, and in your head, does that just immediately connect to beaver?
Everyone knows that beavers are chaotic. I said that from the beginning.
Always messes
They've
stuff
got
up.
the teeth.
Yeah.
Always
Well, actually,
nibbling.
there's a reason. There's a reason for that. So, I mean, first off, beavers are hilarious and Nibbles is hilarious. But we wanted to go to this location called Marsh Market. So we wanted an animal that would feel very at home in that location. Also, we're bringing reptiles in, and beavers have kind of like a scaly tail, and so it's this weird thing where you have a mammal that has some little tiny little, you know, nod to reptiles as well. So we really think those things through. So when we're bringing those characters around, it is this fun sort of personality that you may associate with that animal. Sometimes we go directly at that trip. Sometimes we flip it. Yeah, I don't know that I actually know a crazy beaver. But we love her laugh, and her laugh with their giant teeth was just really fun.
Speaking of Marsh Market and the reptiles and everything, you're expanding the world of Zootopia. Did you know you wanted to feature animals that were not shown in the first one, or did that kind of come in the process?
Well, yeah, I think that the appetite of these two always want more in the film. And really, Marsh Market is one of my favorite new environments because it really deals with animals who live underwater and above water, and we get to see kind of what this world would be. And it was something that really doesn't have a human equivalent. So our design team just did an amazing job of really imagining if this world was built by aquatic animals, what would it be like that? Or coming in and out of the water, they would have ramps, they would have, of course, they'd have cafes underground because you would, maybe, but I'm so excited about this world, and our design team did an amazing job just kind of imagining that.
I love Marsh Market too.
Good.
It was immediately one of my favorite things. I loved seeing how the animals lived in this world. The dolphin bartender who has the little sea thing that she could swim in but sticks out of the air.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I mean, I'm glad you like that because that was a debate. We were going, do we really need this dolphin bartender? Because we don't have a dolphin. You can't build a dolphin off of a seal. But we were like, I think we really would like to have this dolphin, and we'd like to have him do a spit take out of his blowhole. You're welcome, world.
That's interesting. So does that go into the idea when you're making the characters, what animals are already involved from like just a model standpoint?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
absolutely.
true. Yeah, no, it's a big deal because the models are incredibly complicated, and so yeah, and you know the quokka was a new idea. Like when we talked about a therapy animal for Nick and Judy in that encounter group, we're like, oh, it has to be a quokka, the world's cutest little smiling smiling wallaby, and Quinta Brent's the perfect voice, and so we wanted a diminutive, absolutely adorable quokka. But Corey Loftus had to design one very, very quickly, and our team had to build one very quickly. But yeah, she's adorable.
It's gonna sound ridiculous, but did you have to pay any mind? Like, I'm a beaver, I'm a snake now. How does one act like a snake? How does one act like a beaver?
Did you think about that?
No,
Yeah.
no. But I'll tell you a cool story. I was at the Disney Animation Building. It's really iconic, and there was a painting that had hundreds and hundreds of, all the Disney characters from Snow White, Cinderella, and I saw Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde in the painting as well too. And knowing that from now on, Nibbles and Gary the Snake is part of that big family, and it's so amazing because I grew up watching Disney animated films, so now that I get to be in one, that's really special.
Zootopia 2, in Zootopia originally, plays on this very classic idea of animation with the anthropomorphic animals, and it's something that's been in Disney's history since the very beginning with Mickey and Donald and everything. When it comes to bringing that idea back and modernizing it, was there any thought about like the legacy of this kind of storytelling?
No, I think our legacy is a huge thing with us because, to your point, Mickey himself is just like an anthropomorphic animal. But I think we're all kind of like, animal nerds as well. Like, we love trivia about animals. We grew up loving the animal world. There's a fascination, even from like most people from their youngest moments, and how varied and different they are and how specific they are. And just it's a reflection of how amazing the earth is as a place to live. And I remember Jared and I got the opportunity to go to Kenya on the first movie, and I remember setting foot in Africa for the first time and seeing 200 zebra in front of us, and it's like I'd always seen one zebra in a zoo somewhere, but to see animals in the wild and see how they exist when they are running the show, that is something that we will never forget. Even looking back to our Bambi days, like when they brought real deer and sketched them in the studio and really tried to pay attention to the naturalistic world, and then look at the storytelling that's based off. I think that's all part of the great Disney legacy of animal movies.
And then, so do you have any advice that you would give to young animals come to Zootopia trying to make their big break?
What a great question.
Thank you. I try really, really hard for this.
As they say in the movie, find your pack, find your group of friends that can look out for one another, and I think it'll be a much easier road when you do that.
For me, I think don't be afraid to be different, and also no matter what other people say, believe in yourself, because the first one is about Judy Hopps being this small-time bunny who goes to a big city, and because of who she is, she's undermined. There's all these labels and stereotypes on her, but she truly believes that anyone can be anything. So I think that it's a great mentality to have.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
That's all I got for today.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.